Over the past 24 hours, from May 25 to 26, Russian troops lost 1,000 soldiers, 4 tanks, and 2 air defense systems at the front. The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine reported a total estimation of over 981,000 Russian personnel eliminated during the war against Ukraine, along with substantial losses in equipment such as tanks, air defense systems, and more. Ukrainian aviation, missile units, and artillery successfully struck 8 concentrations of Russian personnel, weapons, and military equipment. They also destroyed a Russian UAV command center and an artillery system. Meanwhile, in the Kursk sector, Ukrainian defense forces continue to hold back Russian troops. Ukrainian defenders successfully stopped 26 Russian assault attempts. On May 25, 180 combat clashes were recorded between the defense forces of Ukraine and Russian invaders along the front line. According to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, throughout the day, Russian forces launched 1 missile attack and carried out 112 airstrikes on Ukrainian positions and settlements, firing 84 missiles and dropping 189 guided aerial bombs. Additionally, Russian troops deployed 3,005 kamikaze drones and conducted 4,961 shelling attacks. Airstrikes targeted multiple locations, including Stroivka in the Sumy region, Bucha, Oleksandro-Kalinov, Stepanivka, and Novopil in the Donetsk region, and Novodorivka, Kruhliakivka, Malinivka, Malotokmachka, Kupiansk, and Sherbaki in the Zaporizhia region. Ukrainian aviation, missile units, and artillery successfully struck 8 concentrations of Russian personnel, weapons, and military equipment. They also destroyed a Russian UAV command center and an artillery system. In the Kharkiv sector, Russian forces launched 6 attacks against Ukrainian positions near Vovchansk, Stroivka, and Krasne Pershne. In the Kupiansk sector, Ukrainian defenders repelled 2 Russian assaults in the areas of Kruhliakivka and Nova Kruhliakivka. In the Lyman sector, Russian forces launched 21 attacks, attempting to breach Ukrainian defenses in the direction of Ridkodub, Zelena Dolyna, and Novyi Myr, as well as near Hrekivka, Lypove, Torske, and the Serebrianskyi Forest area. In the Siversk sector, Ukrainian defense forces successfully repelled 6 offensives near Hrekivka, Hrekivka, and Verkhnyo-Kamiansk. The Kramatorsk sector saw 10 combat clashes, with Russian troops advancing toward Predtekine and Bila Ora, and launching offensives near Chasiv Yar and Kruhliakivka. In the Toretsk sector, Russian forces carried out 10 attacks in the vicinity of Toretsk, Romanivka, Dylyivka, and in the direction of Novospask. In the Pokrovsk sector, Ukrainian defense forces successfully thwarted 63 Russian assaults across multiple locations, including Kotlyarivka, Malinivka, Lysivka, Yudakny, Zverov, Troitsk, Yelizavetivka, Andrivka, Nova Poltavka, and Hrekov. Russian forces also attempted attacks in the direction of Nova Mykolaievka, Shevchenko Pershne, Zoria, Muravka, Oleksivka, and Myrolubivka. In the Novopavlivka sector, Russian militants launched 24 offensives in the areas of Novopil, Konstantinopol, Novosilka, and Vilna Pol, as well as in the directions of Mern, Shevchenko, Komar, Zelene Pol, and Bahadur. In the Hrekivka sector, Russian troops attempted to advance 5 times, targeting Novodanilivka and Stepov.
Given Russia's limited offensive progress and resource constraints, Russia forming a buffer zone is unrealistic and will take many years, if it happens at all. Ukrainian military and political observer Alexander Kovalenko shared his analysis. The length of the controlled border between Ukraine and Russia in Chernihiv, Sumy and Kharkiv regions is currently about 860 kilometers, Kovalenko points out. If a buffer zone with a depth of 20 kilometers were to be established along this entire stretch, it would cover an area exceeding 17,000 square kilometers. To put this into perspective, throughout the entire year of 2024, the invading Russian forces managed to seize just over 3,200 square kilometers of Ukrainian territory. In the almost half of 2025 completed so far, they have captured 1,015 square kilometers. The observer raises the critical question: how many years will it take the Russians to form this so-called buffer zone? Especially when factoring in not only these numbers but also the declining offensive capabilities of Russian forces and their resource concentration in other directions. Kovalenko further emphasizes the stalled progress of Russian offensives. In May 2024, they launched an attack in northern Kharkiv, but over the course of a year, they have been unable to expand their control significantly in the Vovchansk and Lypove areas. While acknowledging the ongoing threat, Kovalenko notes, yes, they will continue to terrorize Sumy, Kharkiv, and border towns with drone strikes, artillery, and missiles. Yes, they will attempt incursions and sabotage in the border zone, but they simply do not have the potential to realize these grandiose plans, not to mention the full capture of Sumy region or Sumy city itself. So the Russian military is powerless to fulfill another of Putin's desires. Recall Russian President Vladimir Putin claimed on May the 22nd that he ordered the military to begin creating a security buffer zone along the border with Ukraine, Russian state media outlets reported. The comments come a day after Putin made his first known visit to Russia's Kursk Oblast, a border region where Ukrainian forces launched an incursion last summer. While the Kremlin claims to have fully liberated the territory, Ukraine says operations are ongoing in Kursk. I have already said that a decision has been made to create the necessary security buffer zone along the border, Putin said in a video conference with government officials. Our armed forces are currently solving this problem. Putin said the zone would be along the border of Kursk, Bryansk, and Belgorod oblasts. Ukraine's foreign ministry responded to the statement later in the day, saying Putin's remarks are further evidence that Russia is not meaningfully interested in peace.